Hello, welcome to this Hurricane Milton update. I know we're back at it's just about been an hour since I last came on, but a flash flood emergency has been issued for the Tampa Bay area. So let's go look at that latest statement here from that. And we still have very strong wind gusts going on here. Albert Whitfield still gusting up to 77. The eye wall's been lashing this area for now. We're starting to see some of those stronger wind gusts make their way into the central part here of the Florida Peninsula. But I want to point out something here. We have a flash flood emergency going on for St. Petersburg, Tampa, Riverview, and Palmetto because of all the rainfall that has fallen, in addition to storm surge warning, hurricane warning, and this flash flood emergency now ongoing because they've just been getting lashed with this rain over and over and over again. And the storm has slowed a little bit, so that doesn't help. Let's just take a look at rainfall. This is just 1 hour's worth of rain. And you can see how much certain sites have gotten in just 1 hour. Now, let's go back 6 hours and look at all the rain that has fallen. And I should probably let me just lower this shading a little bit so you can get an idea of where these numbers are. So, in and around Tampa, you'll see 6 inches, 6 inches. One site has almost 14 inches. I don't know if that's accurate, but 6 inches. This is just in the past 6 hours. Now let's go to 12 hours. 8 inches, 9 inches, 9 inches. So those forecasts of a foot or more of rain are going to verify. There's a St. Petersburg saying 10.64 inches of rain in this side of the storm. So a very wet side of the storm. And not as much rain in the southeast, but they did have, again, some of these cells that produce the tornadoes put down a lot of rain, like around Vero Beach. Now we're going to go back 24 hours, and these numbers climb even more. So yeah, they're those foot plus amount of rain. That's going to verify for sure. That's going to verify for sure. Let's go now look at some power outages because the power outage number has gone way up in Florida now. We're actually up to 1.7 million customers without power right now. Manatee, Sarasota counties being hardest hit right now. Charlotte, Hardee County looks like they're mostly completely out. Collier County. But the worst of it is in that Tampa, in and around Tampa, is definitely the worst, the hardest hit. But I'm still amazed that some areas still have power in that area. This is the outage map for Tampa Electric, by the way, just to show you here what we have. And you can see all the outages around the city here that have occurred. Though not the whole city. Not the whole city. The whole city is not out. I don't think it is. It's just part of it. But they're definitely, these are all, I don't know if there are any outages at the transmission level or not. I'm amazed that this area still is power. So we're going to actually go and take a look and see if they do still have power in this area after all this. So let's go take a look at this area and see what we got. Yeah, they still have lights. You can see that camera is still rocking and rolling. But there's still power on the St. Petersburg Peninsula. They have not lost power. I'm absolutely amazed that they have not lost electricity. That's incredible. Why is this light? I don't know if that's overexposed or that's an old video. I don't know. So you can see here that, yep, that's live, and you can see the lights are on the freeway here. So, yeah, I'm amazed that this area has been able to hold on to power for the whole storm. And it looks like they will actually hold on to power for the whole storm, which is absolutely incredible in my opinion. You can see the lights are on. I mean, considering, what is the electric company for that area anyway? Pinellas. It's, well, they do have some. It's mostly Duke Energy. So Duke Energy has had a lot. Whatever the case is, they have a really hard grid over there. Like I said, Florida has really done a great job. Their electric companies have done a great job with infrastructure. And I think this is an example of, yeah, there are outages and a lot of people have lost power, but I don't think we're seeing. We'll have to see if there's any transmission damage. But if there isn't, it just goes to show you that's current. So you can see, can't really see much on that one, but this is Tampa. Let's see if we can get a view of what's going on in Tampa right now. So you can see again that the infrastructure has stayed intact. The power infrastructure, as far as on the transmission side, because the city still has power, and that's pretty amazing. That's pretty amazing. It really is a testament. Even though we have all these outages, and there are a lot of people that have lost power, it's not complete blackouts like what they had in Georgia and North Carolina. They have and the Florida Panhandle. They have much stronger infrastructure in this area to handle this. So at least this was I'm going to find out let's go back to the Hurricane Center. Where we have the Hurricane Center. It should be in here. All right. Let's go back to the Hurricane Center here. Get the latest on Milton here, because it is weakening. So the latest public advisory now has it down to a 105-mile-an-hour storm. It's moving northeast-northeast at 16 miles an hour. So that is what we have on the latest. So the question is, did it make landfall as a Category 2 or a Category 3? I'd have to go back to an older advisory here. And I don't know how to do that. So, but whatever the case is, it made a landfall as a pretty powerful hurricane. Well, let's see if we can landfall. See if they don't. All right, let's see. Hurricane Milton makes landfall on Florida's west coast. This is from the Weather Channel. It made landfall as a Category 3 storm near Siesta Key. So that is, according to CBS. So it did make landfall as a Category 3, which is a major hurricane. We're, of course, seeing a lot of storm surge, too. That's the other thing that's going on. So let's go back to the cameras and see if we can. Now, again, the wind direction in Tampa is mainly from the north, which is an offshore wind, is actually pushing the water out. Luckily, the storm tracked just to the south of Tampa and not to the north of Tampa. And if it did wind up tracking to the north, it would have been a lot worse. But for areas further south are definitely dealing with places like Siesta Key, which, let's see that. Yeah, they're out there. It looks like the lights are out there, and that is the last image that was produced here on this camera. Wait a minute. The camera, it looks like the power's out, but the camera is working, which is weird. But that is Siesta Key. That's where it made landfall. And yeah, that you see is seawater. So we do have flooding, tremendous flooding going on right now. That's the other factor of the storm. We have the freshwater flooding, but we also have, from all the rain, but we also have the storm surge flooding going on as well in this area. So this area is going to get hit very hard by storm surge flooding. I don't know about downtown Sarasota. Let's see if we can get this to work or not. I don't know. It seems like if I click too many of these, it stops working. You can just get a picture, I guess. Yeah, a lot of these are down. I think downtown Sarasota probably has no power. Yeah, that's an old image. But this is where it made landfall, right over here, in this area here. Here's Siesta Key, so that's where the eye actually went right in over here. Luckily, the eye did not go right over Tampa. It was a little bit to the south, and fortunately, Tampa was on. Tampa kind of dodged a little bit of a bullet here, I think, as far as the storm surge. I'm not saying they dodged the bullet with the wind, but with the storm surge, they definitely did. That's for sure. Let's see if we can take a look and see what's going on in some of these other areas here. Yeah, see, it doesn't want to load now. If I do this, I gotta refresh it in order to get it to work again. Let's see. Hopefully, refreshing it will make it work again. I gotta find the one that I was on. Yeah, that's what's going on over there. So you can see the very strong ones. But I am impressed that the power grid actually held up. That's very remarkable. But again, the transmission's they did some upgrades there, and it's obviously the transmission side of it's holding up very well, from what it sounds like. Seeing power, it's mainly the distribution side that's getting all the damage. Um, and it will be easier to repair because they have a stronger grid in Florida, obviously. Um, so let's look at Twitter and see what the latest on Hurricane Milton is going on here. You're not going to see FEMA roaming. I mean, he's spreading lies about FEMA. Now is not the time for that. Storm surge inundation in Venice Beach, Florida, along the river. Yeah, see the water right there? So let's hope everybody got out of that area. And here's lightning, and is that a tornado there? That looks like a tornado right there. Yep, there. You can see it right there. So, yeah, this is what's going on here. Here's another look at the tornado. Whoa, look at this one. This is a tornado that struck Wellington, Florida. Look at that. Wow. So, and again, we have these tornadoes, too, that hit. Yeah, it hit that power line for sure. That's a pretty intense tornado right there. I'm crazy to get tornado. This is a video from a sail drone of some of the waves, by the way. 28-foot waves there. This is video from a sail drone here. So this is downtown Sarasota, Florida. It looks like the power is out downtown. I do see some lights, so it looks like there is still some power down there, even after all that. More lies being spread again. I mean, I'm just... This is incredible here. So we got the storm surge. It's really just a bad situation here. So there's another disaster going on. Why is no one talking about the elk fire in Wyoming? So I'm going to actually bring that up, actually, because nobody else is talking about it. Obviously, everybody's talking about Milton. But there's another disaster going on here, and that is a wildfire called the elk fire in Wyoming. So let's just talk about that, because we have a wildfire going on, too. So, massive wildfire in Wyoming expands to over 75,000 acres. So there's a big wildfire going on in Wyoming right now. Yeah, I know. They should be talking about it, and I totally agree. They should be. So this is an elk fire in the Bighorn National Forest. It's only 72.998% contained. This is the latest fire on elk fire update here. So it was caused by lightning. It's 75,000, almost 76,000 acres, only 16% contained. So I was showing you some of these wildfires on the satellite, and I'm going to show this to you again. By the way, before we go there, let's just take a look at Hurricane Milton as it goes over Florida. And again, you can see, look at all that this extra area. This may become something else that's developing. This is very strange to see. This is what's taking away energy, I think, from the main thing of Milton, and then this thing formed over here. Very strange to see that. And honestly, I don't have an explanation for it. I think it's very odd, but it probably just has to do with it interacting with the upper level winds as well as the warm ocean waters, probably transferring its energy. We see this a lot with coastal lows, and kind of seeing this behave almost like a nor'easter a little bit. So we'll just go to the CONUS view and just show you here the loop, and you get to see, we'll run a nice long CONUS loop, and get to see what's going on throughout the whole country, and we can watch Milton as well. This is the whole day here. This will be a whole day satellite loop. I'll end the video here. Just waiting for it to load. As soon as we can get that to load, it just takes a long time But you can see the cloud shield from it. This is the nice weather we're going to have. And then let's see if we can get this to load here. I know it's taking a long time. All right, so here's Milton. And you can see, I don't see big as much smoke as I did yesterday. So we're missing some data, obviously, on this. Lastly, I'll just show you the radar out of Tampa here. Just to show you the heaviest rain is now shifting east of Tampa, and it is now over Orlando. So Orlando is next in line to get into the worst in the wind and the rain with this. And we'll see how their power grid holds up. So we'll take a look at Orlando right now. See if we can get some let's see, probably still power over here too. Yeah, there still is. My computer just not wanting to load the video again. It's the computer. But there is power, 2300, which is the time it is. So, which is amazing. Yeah, here you can see some of the wind and rain that's hitting. It will be in a weakened state, but still, Orlando is going to be dealing with some of this very shortly, and there'll probably be some power outages in that area too. However, I do think that the transmission system will hold up. It's amazing how it has. Very resilient power grid in Florida. The electric companies there have done a great job, and I think all our electric grids need to be like theirs. But anyway, I'll have one more update for you in about an hour.